Okay, everybody. I just wanted to go over a video I've been thinking about doing for a while about extended fasting. A lot of people ask me about it, what I do when I'm fasting or how I fast. And so I'm going to go into it a little bit here today. First of all, I've been doing the fasting for about 3 years. I started off doing, for a day, going a day without eating, and then I'd go 2 days after a while, then got up to like 3 days. And then I did that a bunch of times, 3 days. I'd do a weekend, then I'd do another weekend, then I'd do another weekend. And then when I felt pretty comfortable with that, I started doing 4 and 5 day fast. And I got to tell you, when you first start, it's a little different because we're so used to eating all the time. And when you eat, carbohydrates and stuff like that, you're hungry all the time because every couple hours your body wants more. So being carnivore, it's easy. It makes it easier. I usually just eat once a day, basically every day at 4 p.m. That's it. I'll eat a big old steak and some hamburgers and eggs or something, and that's it. And I won't eat till the next day. Sometimes I'll skip a day. It turns into a 48-hour fast instead of 24. Someday I'll just skip 3. So that's how you do it. You play with it. You see how you feel. You got to be patient though. You start doing fasting, and what you want to do is, if you start feeling real strange, like your heart's racing or you're dizzy or something, stop. Eat some food. A couple days later, start again. Usually, what that means is you're running out of electrolytes. You need to supplement a little. Use some type of fasting salt, magnesium, potassium, sodium. Get that in your body. And when you're fasting, I would say do it throughout the day. Normally, sometimes I'll take like a scoop of what I use, which is some fasting salts, in the morning. I'll make a hot cup of water and I'll put some salts in it. Stir that around. Sometimes I'll put a little iodine in it because we're also probably depleted in iodine. And then I'll stir that up, and that's like instead of coffee, I'll just drink some hot water. Sometimes I'll put butter in it and blend that up, and it tastes kind of good, but usually it's just hot water. Anyways, I'll drink that once a day, but if I'm fasting, I'll do that same teaspoon in the morning of the salts, then a few hours later I'll do another spoon in some water. A few hours after that, I'll do another one. And so I'll end up taking about 4 teaspoons of the fasting salts throughout the day. And I find when I do that, I don't have any issues fasting at all. When I did my very first one, I got real dizzy after about 2.5 days. I checked my blood pressure. It was down to like 90 over 50 or 40 or something like that. It was ridiculously low. So I stopped. And I waited a couple days and I did it again. This time I made sure I was taking a lot of fasting salts, and I didn't have an issue. I think that was my problem. Could have been anything, I don't know. But since then I've never had the problem again. So make sure you take some type of salts, because we need the salt. They've told us for so many years, don't use salt, it's bad for you. And unfortunately, that's what's caused a lot of problems, is being depleted on salt. Anyways, this is about the fasting. So here's what I do when I fast. Let me set up here. I'm going to draw my blood, show you what my ketones are, because I'm 3 days into a fast right now. I've been on fasting for 3 days. I'll show you some of my results over the 3 days, and I'll show you how I test my blood right here, right now. So give me a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let me show you what I do. Here, I'll check my blood real quick. If you don't like seeing blood, maybe look away and don't watch, okay? But I open up this red one here checks for my blood glucose, and this other one will check my ketones, okay? I have this meter. If you can get the thing out of the package. Okay? So this one here checks ketones, this checks glucose. So what I do is I got my Keto MOJO thing here. I put this red one in, and it'll beep. It'll show that it's ready. I pull this out and I poke my finger with it sometimes I got to do this a couple times or press real hard, because see, my blood won't come out because I got calluses on my fingers from working. So I'll do it a couple times until I can get some blood coming out. See, there's a little blood there. I wipe it off when I first do it. And it's not coming out real good right now, but it's getting there. So then I put this meter on here and beeps. So now in a few seconds it's going to say what my blood glucose level is. Right now it's 73. Okay, that's not too bad. Then what I do is I put the blue one in, and my blood stopped again. So I don't have any problem with blood clotting. Yeah, that's a better one there. That one comes up real good. Okay, so you don't have to check your stuff all the time. I'm just doing it right now because I wanted to show people on a video what it's how to do this, or how it's done if they're interested. So now my ketones are at 6.5 right now. Okay, I'll explain all that in a minute, and I'll show you some results with that. But one thing I wanted to go over with you too was what I do, because I got some water here, and what I do is I take some fasting salts. This is what I use. I order this on Amazon. It's called fasting salts. It looks like this. They don't sell this container anymore. I keep it because I put the refill in. They sell the refill bags. This is the bag, the refill. This is what's in it. It's got, if you do 4 scoops, which is what you want to do when you're doing an extended fast, you're getting 513 milligrams of sodium, 2,500 milligrams of potassium, and 300 milligrams of magnesium. Now I just take 1 scoop every day, which is, instead of 5, that's 5,135. It's only 1,284, 625, and 75 every day when I do it. But I put this in it. I fill this up. I pour it in there. It comes with a scooper. This scoop is a teaspoon. It's 5 milligrams, I guess, a teaspoon. And sometimes I'll put this in. I've been doing this a lot lately. This is iodine solution, J-Crow's Lugol's solution, 2%. It's pretty common. You can buy it on Amazon too. But what I do is I'll take my water, and I take a scoop of my salt. This is a nice scoop. Dump it in, and then I take they say use a couple of drops of this, but I use a little more. I built up to it over time. I'll put about 10 drops in. It's about a full thing of it, but I'll put about 10 drops in. And then what I do is I stir it around a little bit, and hope this isn't too loud for you. I won't keep doing it, but I do that. I'll stir it around till it dissolves. Just stir it around for a minute or so, and then you just kind of drink it down. Anyways, I do this. I don't do the iodine 4 times a day. I just do it once a day, and but I do the fasting salts 4 times when I'm doing more than a couple of days of fasting. Just one day, I just do the regular teaspoon. If I'm going 3 days, I'll start going to 4. So 1 or 2 days, no, and then from there. So let me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add to this. I'm going to take the. I record these on my phone. I got an app, and I'll show you what those numbers meant here in a minute, because I'll upload this to my phone, which I'm using as a camera, so I can't do it right here. But I'll add this to the video. Okay, I'll add that somehow. I'll figure it out so you can see what the numbers did. Okay, I hope this was a little helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to figure out how to get those pictures of this from my phone onto the thing to the video part. So just in case I can't, I'm going to show you this, but I'm going to try in a minute to apply it and see what I can do. Anyways, this is just my Keto Mojo readings. I'll walk you through this a little bit, see if I can make sense. I got G is for glucose, milligrams per deciliter. K will be ketones for millimoles per liter. And GKI is the glucose ketone index. Anything less than 2 is best. So let's see here, Thursday, I started checking Thursday because I woke up Thursday and the last meal I ate was Wednesday after about 4 o'clock. So Thursday morning I woke up just before I leave for work about 4 o'clock. So 3:59 I checked it and my glucose was 87, my ketones were 1.4, and my GKI was 3.4. So not doing great yet, but it's picking up a little. That's normally this is normally where my ratings are, right here, when I'm not really fasting and stuff, because you know that's the next day I would be eating right about now, but I didn't eat. I haven't eaten all this time. So when that was when I woke up. When I got home, this is what it was. This is when I would normally eat. My ketones are usually around here. 79 for glucose, ketones 1.9. This is where I normally sit, this one right here. That's where I normally sit, which is similar to this. These are similar, but that's where I sit normally. Now, the next day, Friday, at 7 o'clock at night, when I checked it, it was later in the evening, my glucose was 68, my ketones were 3.4, and my GKI dropped down to 1.1, which is less than 2. See, this was 2.3. Normally, I'm not in the optimal zone. I'm just right around here, which is still pretty good. You're in ketosis because you're not eating any plants. You're not eating carbs and stuff. So this was looking pretty good. So my first day after I started, Friday, was 1.1. Not too bad. Then the next one, Saturday, I checked it a few more times. I checked it the first thing in the morning here. It's 5:15. I was at 74 glucose, 3.9 ketones, and 1.0 on the GKI. So getting better. Then that afternoon, you can see it went to 60 on glucose, 3.2 ketones, 1.0. But then when it really started to get below the 1, they call it the highest therapeutic level of ketosis when it's below 1, which is here. I was at, you can see the numbers here, 523, I was at 66 glucose, 5.2 ketones, 0.7 GKI. And then I was on a phone meeting and we were talking about ketones, so I jumped up real quick and went in at 5:59 and checked it again because I wanted to show them the latest numbers, and my numbers were 69 on my glucose, 6.5 on the ketones, and 0.5 on the GKI, so it's looking good. And then today, here we are today, the 11th, at 1:52 a.m. I got up early today because I was watching Dr. Chafee. He was doing an interview with 60 Minutes in Australia, so I wanted to see the live show of that. So anyways, I got up, I checked my ketones just before the show started. There were 72 glucose, 5.8 ketones, 0.6 GKI. Then at 7 o'clock, what I did a little later in the morning, I got in my infrared sauna sleeping bag thing. It's kind of an interesting thing. I could talk about it another time. But anyways, I did that, took a shower, got out, and I was at 67, 6.8, 0.5, still looking good. And then just now when we were on I'm making this video, my last reading, 73 glucose, 6.5 ketones, 0.6 GKI. So you can see everything's looking good. 3 days into the started Thursday, so 1, 2, 3 days in, I'm looking good. So I don't know how long I'm going to keep doing this, but I feel pretty good. So I might go 5, 10, maybe I'll do another 21 days. I don't know, but that's what I got for now. I'll see you later. I'm going to try to upload that other stuff. If I can't, this will probably be it, but hopefully I can get it. All right, catch you later.